Hi guys! So in today's video I'm going to be talking about my newest color in my hair. This is not my actual hair that I dyed, these are extensions, clip-in extensions that I custom dyed to match my hair. So the tops are black and then they fade into this really nice color. So the color I have on my extensions is Absynthe by Lunatik Hair Dyes. I actually won this bottle of hair dye off of one of their giveaways, so if you want to make a chance of winning one of these bottles, go to their Facebook and their Instagram. They do a lot of giveaways there. Lunatik Hair Dye did not ask me to make this video. I am in no way sponsored by them. I was just lucky enough to win a bottle. So in this video I will show you how I go from this blonde extensions. I first dyed the tops black into a ombre effect onto the blonde. Then afterwards I put on the really nice green color that you can see right now. So what I do is I buy one full head of extensions, I split them into two. I dye one set one color and the other set another color so I can change up my hair some more. I am still not sure what I'm gonna do with the other half of the set. I was thinking of maybe a dark blue or a purple color, but if you have any suggestions you can leave them in the comments below, because I still have to buy the hair dye so I can still go to any color I want. I already have a red set of extensions that I've had for quite a long time, but yeah, in this video I will be showing you all about how I did these ones, how I put them in my hair, how I cut them to be more or less the length I wanted, etc. So keep on watching if you're interested. For this tutorial you will need a surface to work on and eventual protection of that surface, tinfoil, your extensions, and these have to be human hair if you want to use the same dyes I do. You will also need latex gloves, hair dye of course. I'm using black hair dye by Orphea by Garnier and the Absynthe color by Lunatik Hair Dye. You will also need a hairbrush to brush through the extensions, and you can also use a hair dyeing brush, but I just use my fingers. I highly recommend testing the color before you actually apply it to all of the extensions, so I dyed a small piece of one of the extensions green just to see how the color turned out. Since we're working with blonde extensions so that the bright color will show up really well, we need to dye the tops black. And for this you will prepare some sheets of tin foil. I'm just spreading them out onto the table. Then you will put the hair on the tin foil so that you can dye it onto it. You have to put on your gloves before you start mixing the hair dye, and I suggest following the instructions on the package as if it was your own hair that you were dyeing. So I'm mixing the hair dye, it's the one color that you put with the other one, then you shake it well. I'm applying the hair dye just with my fingers, and what I do is I apply most of the hair dye on top, and then when I still have a tiny bit onto the gloves, I just spread it out downward to create the ombre effect. Once you've dyed all the extensions, I wrap them into the tinfoil and let them sit for the time needed. For these extensions that was 30 minutes. So now that the hair dye has cured for about 30 minutes, I'm going to rinse them out using lukewarm water. Do not use hot water on your extensions, this will highly damage them. I then washed the extensions with a coconut shampoo, which is just a really gentle shampoo, and then I put conditioner on them. I let this conditioner sit for a few minutes, then I rinse them out again with a lot of water. I brush them through and let them completely dry before going to the next step. So not all extensions need to be dry to be dyed, but with the Lunatik Hair Dye they should be dry when you apply the color. I know that directions is better to be applied on already washed extensions, so they still have to be wet. This you have to read on the instructions of your hair dye. So now that the extensions are completely dry, it's time to apply the Absynthe hair dye. Again, prepare some sheets of tin foil, spread out the extensions, put on your gloves, and this dye does not have to be mixed with anything, so you can just start applying the dye. I start from top to bottom, spread it all really well, and yeah, once you've applied the hair dye to the entire package of extensions, I put them all together, so I twist them together into one big package and then wrap them in the tin foil again. And the curing time for this hair dye is a half hour, but I've noticed with bright colors it is better to let them sit a bit longer, so this time I let them in for an hour. If you're doing this on your own hair, you can even sleep in the hair dye, that will be no problem at all, since this is plant-based and it is actually really good for your hair. So after about an hour and a half, I decided to rinse out the extensions. This time I used cold water. Why did I use cold water? Because it will make the hair dye stay better into the hair. Warm water will just wash out the color directly from your extensions. So again, I rinsed them. I put a tiny bit of shampoo in just to wash them to make sure there is no hair dye left over in them. And then I also let them dry completely before starting to style them and apply them to my own hair. So to dye my extensions, I used up to here of my bottle of Absynthe hair dye, which isn't a lot, so I'm really happy with how little you actually need to dye a lot of hair. I am not keeping this to myself. I'm giving this to one of my friends who dyes her hair all the time, and I think she'll be really happy with this color since it is really magnificent. And I'm just gonna insert a picture here of me wearing these extensions, and they actually are too long for my hair, so I'm gonna have to cut them a tiny bit. And I wanted to show you how I do this and how I know how much I have to cut. So if you want to know how much you have to cut off your clip, you just have to clip it in your hair and make sure it's nice and secure. And this is the way I will put this one in afterwards anyhow. So I'm gonna look with the hair strands that naturally fall with it. I'm just gonna see how much I need to cut off. So my hair stops about here. So I'm just gonna take 1 or 2 fingers extra on top of that. And I'm just gonna grab the extension there by the end of it. So it's more or less about here. So this piece has to be cut up, and I clip it out of my hair. Now what I sometimes do with the back pieces is I make tiny little markings with a black marker onto the colored part of the hair so that I know where to cut afterwards. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut off the tail, and make sure, like me, you have something underneath you, but I'm just gonna bluntly cut this off. So right now it still is a tiny bit longer than what I want it to be, since I cut a few inches below where I wanted it to be cut. Then I'm just gonna cut upwards and a bit crookedly into it. So just sparsely cut out some hairs so that you don't have this harsh line of hair anymore. As this is my left side hair clip, so this side should be shorter than that side, so I'm gonna cut a little bit more of this side. So right now when we clip in the extension, we're gonna quickly see if it matches up with my real hair, and it actually does. So this looks a lot more natural, as far as natural can look with colored extensions, of course, than the previous one I had. And I'm just gonna stand up quickly for you guys so you can see. So this blends a lot nicer with my own hair than the previous bit did. So now that I've cut all the extensions to the length I want them to be, I'm gonna put these aside in backwards order that I'm gonna put them in. So these ones will go in last. These are just 2 1-clip extensions. So I'm gonna put these away first. And I actually just have a chair here next to me that I'm putting them on. Then I have 2 pieces that both have 2 clips, and those are gonna go in, second in row. And then the ones that are gonna go first into my hair are these 2 3-clip pieces. I actually have one that is slightly longer than the other one. It's this one, and this one is going to go in first. And all you will need to put these clip-ins in is, of course, your clip-ins, a hairbrush to just brush through your hair, and a hair clip to put aside the hair that you will not be working with. So I'm quickly brushing through my hair. And then for the first layer, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go behind your ears, so you're gonna go in kind of a downwards motion. I'm gonna show it like this, so that you only have a tiny piece of hair left. Then I'm gonna put the rest away. Then you're gonna take your 3-piece clip and you're gonna start with the middle one, and you're gonna match it up with the middle of your head. And clip it in. And then do the sides as well. So that it is nice and secure and it goes right over the first layer of hair. We're gonna go again over your ears, but right now we're gonna go right across. So you're gonna maybe feel the extensions that you just put in, but you're gonna go over them. And again, put this section away so that it's more easy to work on the other part. So you can just kind of feel that there is a line here. And again with the 3-piece, there's the middle first. So what I like to do as a kind of measurement for these is just go over my ear and go in an upwards motion. And I'm actually gonna use a smaller clip for this since I have one. So the hair is away from about here to the back. So I'm taking this clip. And this is why I cut my clips slightly at an angle, so that I have a piece that can go into the front and one that goes into the back. So the first one I'm gonna put in is the one that goes into the front. So I'm gonna put it here. And then the second one, I just follow the part that I just made and clip it in there. And then just let my hair fall over it. And then I'm gonna do exactly the same on the other side. Those are showing up a lot more vibrantly from the front already. And then we're up to the final two. So again, since I cut these on an angle, I know this one has to go on this side of the head. And I take them depending on where I want them. So right now I want them about here, right above where I just put the previous ones. Just lifting up my hair, clipping these in, making sure they're secure, and then just let my hair fall over them. Yet again, this one has a slight cut like this, so it goes on this side. Just take the hair where I want it, open it and clip it over. And this is what my extensions look like in. And then this is the final result of the extensions. I really love them. I still want to cut them a bit more to fit my own hair. Because I dye the tops of the hair black, you can really see the transition between the clips and the color from my own hair, so it blends more naturally. So if like me, you have just plain hair and you want color in it, but you don't want the commitment of dyeing your hair, or you can't because of your job, which is my case right now, then clip-ins are a really good choice to go with. So the color again is Lunatik Hair Dye Absynthe. Yes, I won this hair dye. No, I was not asked to make this video, I just decided to do so. If you want some of their hair dye, you can find it on this site called vampirefreaks.com. The quality of this hair dye is actually superior to most other hair dyes I've used. Stargazers and Manic Panic are not the greatest, so if you really want to dye your hair and you cannot find the color you want in Lunatik Hair Dye, I would recommend using Crazy Color, which is the only other brand I ever use for my hair. I used to have Directions, but I did not like it. Stargazers didn't last for a day in my hair. So Lunatik Hair Dye is great and Crazy Color is great. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask them to me in the comment section below. All the products that I use will be listed in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Bye guys!